Hello and welcome. We are about to tackle one of the trickiest, most confusing parts of learning English, how to use would and could so you sound natural. If you've ever felt just a little bit lost with these two words, you are definitely in the right place.
Okay, let's dive right in. We're going to start with a sentence that almost every single English learner has said at some point. It seems totally logical, but it's hiding a really common mistake. So take a look at this. I could get up early yesterday. Does this look familiar? It probably does. You're trying to say that you had the ability to get up early and you actually did it. It feels like it should be right, doesn't it?
Well, here's the thing that might just blow your mind. That sentence is actually wrong. It is one of the most common mistakes out there. And you know what? It is not your fault. It's because of a rule that most of us were taught.
So what's the deal? Why is this incorrect? Well, it all comes down to a huge myth that gets taught in schools all over the world. It's time to unlearn it right now.
And here it is, the big one, the myth. We were all told that if you want to talk about can in the past, you just swap it for could. Easy, right? Well, it's also completely wrong. Let me say that one more time just so it really sinks in. The idea that could is just the simple past tense of can for things you actually succeeded in doing is wrong. And understanding why is the key that's going to unlock this whole thing for you.
So to get it, we need a super quick reminder of what tense even is. Tense, past, present, future, is something that applies to the main action verb in a sentence. It's all about when the action is happening. And this, right here, this is the crucial piece of the puzzle. Would and could are not main verbs. They're what we call modal auxiliary verbs, or an easier way to think of it, helping verbs. Their whole job is to help out the main verb by adding extra meaning, like possibility or intention. And since they aren't the main action, the idea of past tense just doesn't apply to them in the same way. This one little fact changes everything.
Okay, so if you can't say, I could get up early yesterday to talk about your success, then what in the world do you say? How do you correctly talk about an ability that you actually used in the past? Don't worry, it's actually really simple. You have two fantastic options. The most common ones are was or were able to, or if you're talking about something that was a bit of a challenge, you can use managed to. These phrases are perfect for talking about a successful past action. And there you have it, the perfectly corrected sentence. I was able to get up early yesterday. Or you could say, I managed to get up early yesterday. Both of those are 100% natural and grammatically correct. See? Problem solved. Okay, so now that we know what not to do, let's uncover the real job of would and could. It has very little to do with the simple past and everything to do with this really cool idea called future from a past viewpoint.
So what on earth does that mean? It's basically when you talk about something that, from a moment in the past, was going to happen in the future. It's like you're time traveling back to last Tuesday, and from there, you're looking forward to what you thought would happen on Wednesday.
This table here shows the pattern perfectly. Just look at the structure. You always pair a past tense verb, like thought, with a modal like would. I thought it would rain. The thinking part happened in the past, but the rain was in the future from that moment of thinking. That's the magic combo, a past verb plus a modal verb.
And this pairing creates a really subtle but super important difference in meaning. If you say, I thought you knew, it means you assumed they already had the information. But if you say, I thought you would know, it means you expected them to find out the information at a later time. It's a small change with a big impact.
Let's look at one more example to really let this sink in. I thought it was more expensive means you had a belief about its existing price tag, but I thought it would be more expensive talks about your expectation of the price you were about to discover. See the difference? One is about a past fact, the other is about a future expectation from the past.
Okay, so that's rule number one, pairing would and could with a past verb. But what about all those times we see them used all by themselves, without a word like thought or promised in front of them?
Well, that brings us to the second massive rule. When you use would and could all by themselves, their job is to show uncertainty or possibility about the present or the future. Just think of it like this. Could is like a maybe I can, and would is like a maybe I will.
Take a look at this sentence. I could marry her. Now, this absolutely does not mean I was able to marry her in the past. No way. It means that right now, marriage is a future possibility, but it's not a sure thing. It's a maybe I can. It's uncertain.
And you know what?
This whole idea of uncertainty is the secret reason we use these words to be polite. Can you help me is super direct. It's about ability. But when you say, could you help me? It's softer. You're adding a little bit of uncertainty, which makes the request less demanding and more polite. It's actually brilliant, isn't it?
So, we've busted the big myth, and we've learned the two real jobs that would and could do in English. Let's put this all together into a super simple guide that you can start using like today.
Here you go. This is basically your new cheat sheet. Just two simple rules. Rule number 1. If it's next to a past verb like thought or promised, it's talking about the future from the past. Rule number 2. If it's standing all by itself, it's just expressing uncertainty about now or the future. That's it.
So let's make this crystal clear. The old rule, could, is the past of can. Forget it. Throw it out. Your new rule, the correct one, is this. Could means one of two things, either future from the past or uncertainty about the present. That is the new mental model.
And that's really all there is to it. Now that you've seen how a huge common rule can be totally misleading, it kind of makes you wonder, right? What other grammar rules have you been taught that might be worth taking a second look at? Keep questioning, keep learning, and you'll be amazed at how much more natural you sound. Thanks so much for joining me.